YouTube, are you frustrated with the game because you're brand new and you don't know what to do? Well, let's go over a little bit of that today, all right? We're going to discuss some of the helpful hints, tips, and tricks that you need to start right off. Before we do that, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn them notification bells on for all these videos, all right? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. If you like it, if you want to see something different, more than willing to listen, all right? Also, I stream on TikTok and Twitch. Okay. We do a little bit on Facebook, but not too much. So if you want to go pound out those follow buttons over there, I'll be much obliged. We also have outtakes at the end of this video, which there's going to be a stockpile of them today because I done screwed up a lot. But without further ado, here we go. All right, so here we are. This is Silver Ridge Peaks. This is a DLC map. All right, you have to purchase it to get it. It's if you want a recommendation on purchases that you should make, Silver Ridge Peaks is definitely one of them. These are your outposts. Usually, whatever map that you have and you start off with, okay, it'll put you in close proximity to one of these. You'll run up here, snatch that shit up, bam. That'll be green. You'll make that turn white, and this will unlock all the features that come with the outpost. Okay. Inside the outpost, you have a bed. At this bed, you can change times. All right. I usually always hunt by water. Now, this goes for pretty much every map I hunt on, by water, and I change the time to 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Now, I want you to keep in mind, this is very helpful and handy, right? If you get bored, you can just tend to fast travel around to these outposts, because once you unlock one, you can travel from outpost to outpost by the click of a button. Okay. And then you can change the time. All right. But keep in mind, it costs actual in-game money. All right. So it's $250 for me to change it to 9 o'clock. So I put 0900, which is the time I want to go, and then I hit rest. Right. Easy peasy. That's how you change the time. Okay. Like I said, 9 o'clock in the morning, around water. That's your hotspots time. Now I have 1.9 million and some change in cash. So it's important to build up your cash, because building up your cash helps out with getting better weapons. All right, and then being able to change the time. There's some other features that are smaller that come along with it. Okay, so that's kind of what you need these outposts for. All right, obviously fast traveling and changing the time and accessing your weapons and your loadouts. Right, that's what the outpost is designed for. Right. So the way that this goes is you'll start off with a standard gun. I don't recall exactly what it is. I think it's a 243 if I remember correctly. Right. As you progress and you build up your cash and you build up your rifle score. All right, you'll be able to get better guns. You'll buy them from this. You'll go to the store. You'll buy whatever you want to buy from the store. Click on it and buy. If it's locked, it'll give you a red notification right here. Right, it'll have the lock symbol and it'll have a red little thing saying how many points you need in order to unlock it. So you can't unlock it till you get that points and you have that amount of cash. All right, so that'll all be there. All right. Once you buy them, okay. Once you buy them, what you'll want to do is hop in your storage tab. After you go to the store and you buy them, they'll be in your storage. All right. I don't think they're going to show up directly in your inventory. I think the 243 might already be there. But let's say you buy a different gun. Okay. Let's say I want to use the M1, which is another common gun that I use. Right. I've already purchased it from the store. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that gun and I'm going to move it over to inventory. All right. So if you just jump out of the menu after you go to the store and then try and play with the gun, you're not gonna be able to. You have to go down to storage and move it over to inventory. All right. So I put the M1 holds 30-06 rounds. Okay. So I'll take and I'll find 30-06 over on the locker side and move it over to inventory. All right. And then I also want a sight to go with my gun. Right. So I'm gonna take, this is my favorite one right here. I never use this Argus one. That's the most expensive one, but it's worthless. And then I'll move that over. Okay. Now that I've moved it from locker to inventory, all right, I get out of there, and then I go into me as a keyboard or as a PC player. I use keyboard and mouse, right? So I hit my escape button, and that brings me into this menu right here. So I always use my mid-size game gun first, right, which would be the M1. I'll take that, slide over the number one slot, click down on ammo, take the ammo, put in the number one slot, sights. Use the scope that I want, put on the number one slot. Now you're able to use it, right? Now you're able to use it. Now keep in mind, if you have, you can double the scope up, okay? But if you use the scope, since I removed it, just to move it back over to show y'all. So what you want to do after you equip all your stuff, all right, you want to go, let's say you're on a brand new map, right? You're just starting. You want to kind of follow around what the game is telling you to do. Obviously, that'll redirect you to another outlook place or outpost, right? And then as you unlock outposts, you unlock the lookout, or I'm sorry, as you unlock lookout points, you unlock the outpost. All right, but as you're going to these things, you want to be out on the alert for animals, okay? The reason why you need to do this is because you need to build up your cash, which the missions and all those other checkpoints do help out, right? They also give you XP, but you don't want to be concentrated on just that because you can do two things at once, right? So you want to be on the lookout for animals, all right? So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm going to go check this pond that's right here. Tends to be a hot spot for me. I enjoy this one a lot. And once we get up over here, we'll see if we have any animals around, right? Which it's already showing that we do. Okay. So I'm already hearing animals, and then I already see some. All right. So now I'm running up in these animals. Make sure that when you're just using the 243 and shit, you're not chasing big game and then shooting these animals, and because you're not gonna be able to find them. It's gonna take forever to find them. So you're just wasting time and wasting effort. All right. So for example, obviously I'm not using the 243, but if I was, I would not shoot a beefalo, all right, or what everybody calls it, a bison, right? And I probably would not shoot a bear either. I would go for like a standard deer, okay? But now I'm gonna make sure that when I shoot at these things, I'm getting vital organ shots, all right, which consists of the lung and the heart. All right, so what we're gonna do is, bam, that felt like a good lung shot. I can follow up with another shot. It's 2 shots, okay? 2 shots on an animal will not mess with the score. All right, 2 shots will not mess with the score. Okay, so I did that, and look right there. All right, right there. So now that you're getting those vital organ hits, they're not going to run as far, and it's just going to be easier to collect them. Okay, you need to keep doing this as you progress, right? As you go through, going from spot to unlock spot, then unlock and getting that XP and getting that cash up. All right, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Okay, so we're running up to this animal, all right? We're running up to this animal. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all something else too, okay? Oh, let me get up over here. I'm going to do this. Bam. All right. So we got this animal here. All right. Obviously, it's laying right there, so it's easy to find, okay? I don't quite know where I hit that thing at. It looks like maybe right here. The blood spot. Okay, so this is initially where the animal was standing. All right. In theory, if you could not see the animal laying on the ground like that, you would go straight to the spot of where you shot it at. All right. When you see a big blood spot like this, that is indicative of a vital organ hit. All right. Indicative of a vital organ hit. So now what you want to do is you want to look at that specific blood spot and highlight it. All right. Now, up at the top right, you can see that it gives you some information. All right. And depending on skill and perk points, it'll dictate how much information is there. So that's something that you also got to keep in mind, okay? And then everything in blue, once I highlight that one blood spot, is pertinent to the animal that bled, okay? So obviously I found it. I'm going to pick it up. All right, bam. So what this says over here, then you'll get this harvest screen on everything, all right? Right here, it gives you some information that you might want to pay attention to as well if you're seriously hunting, okay? The first thing that looks like ammo, it'll tell you if it's proper ammo for that specific animal, okay? The crosshairs, animal shot 2 times or less, so that means you have 2 chances to get a vital organ hit without it ruining the score. The intact trophy organs just basically means you didn't shoot them in the face, right? Because if you shoot it in the head or anything like that and it damages the rack on a buck or the antlers on a beefalo or whatever it may be, you'll get knock points for that too, all right? So that's why I tell people not to aim for the head. And then it'll tell you if you got a vital organ hit, okay? All these being green mean you did the right thing. You're good, okay? It also tells you on the right-hand side here what the shots were, right lung, left lung, so we got some good shots on them. And then here in the center, I can actually physically right-click on my mouse, and it'll change the view of the animal. And then I can hold on the left-click button and then move the animal all around, right? And that's the same concept for here. So you can kind of see the trajectory or anything like that, okay? Up top, it'll tell you the sex, the weight, the fur type, the tracking distance, the difficulty of the animal, the trophy type horns, and then the trophy organs or skull. Okay. Top right, 300. The weapon that you use, the ammo that you use to shoot this specific animal, the distance that you shot it from, and the total weapon score obtained from that. Okay. So if you get vital organ hits, you're good. All right. See, look. So I got 27.60 weapon score from the first shot and 1467 for the second shot. Okay. So that'll help build it up. Okay. And then you'll accept it. All right. Easy peasy. Now keep in mind this other one. I'm going to go over here. We're going to fast forward, run over here to where I shot this other animal at. Okay. I want to show you the difference in blood and blood splatter. Run right away, aye, sir. All right. Where did we shoot it at? Blah, 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 blah. Somewhere around here. Here, right here. Okay. So we're coming up to where we made a bad shot on that animal. Okay. Now, this right here, I see this blood spot. Bam. That is the point of impact. The reason why I know it's the point of impact because there's no cone after or on this blood spot specifically. And also, if you look at the top right up there, you'll see where it says blood splatter, non-vital organ, fresh. Okay, fresh just means how old the blood is. Okay, so now, all right, I made a bad shot. So you can see the difference in the sizes. All right, smaller blood spot versus the puddle of blood above there. So now I also know that the animal ran that way, right? So I look for the next blue spot. Now, blue is my tracking color that can be set in the menu. Inside the menu, you can go to, let's see here, system, game, and you can change, all right? You can change all this. There's so many options here. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them in this video at least, but you can change the coloring of the tracking and stuff like that. So make sure that you go at least visit this, okay? At least go through all these once and check it out. All right, so I know this is the same animal that bled because everything pertinent is blue, right? So here's some poop, right? That's fresh. And then I look up and now I see another blood spot. Now, the second blood splatter and any tracks in between will actually be a cone shape of which way the animal's running, okay? So it's running that way, right? That's the cone. I look down, select E, and it tells me, once again, at the top right, you may see something different. You might not see the percentage or the bleed rate thing because that just depends on the skill and perk points that you're assigning, which you can also find in your menu. All right, make sure that you're reading through these. All right, some particular ones that I concentrate on are what helps you control your breathing. All right, and also allows me to highlight animal through the scope, and anything else is kind of personal, right? Personal preference. So keep in mind too. On the left side here, there's two categories that you can go through, okay? And they're both different. So make sure you're checking both of these. And same thing on perks, all right? You got different categories, but they're all kind of pertinent to the weapons, all right? Easy peasy. So now I found the cone. I found more poop, right? Found another blood spot. Bam. All right. I'm still following it, all right? Just stay with it. Remember, any kind of tracks that you see around it in white are not pertinent to the animal that you're tracking at that current time. Now, I can run over here and highlight these. And now the animal that put these tracks down, all the stuff's pertinent to it. But look what it did. It turned everything that I was initially tracking white. All right? So we're going to fix that. Rectify it, right? So keep tracking it. Keep following those the footsteps. They also give you a direction of travel, right? And then they lead me right to the animal. Bam. All right. Easy peasy. There it is. Yeah. Good. And basically, I think that's a really good starting point. You know, like I said, this game can be very frustrating at first if you don't really quite understand. If you check out some of the other videos I have on this channel, all right, some of the other videos I have on this channel is about what weapons, what ammo, what sights, all that's in a specific video. There's a lot of things that you can follow up with. I don't have that many videos on there. We just started this weekly upload thing about 3 weeks ago, I think. But a lot of the other videos, some of them will reinforce what I'm already telling you. And you can also build upon this video in specific with those other videos. All right. So make sure you check those out. Also, another thing that you're going to find commonly when you're running around on the maps, you're going to see all these like little flashing blades of grass and etc. What you just want to do is you want to highlight those. Bam. That tells you that it's a bison need zone, which is essentially a food zone. Okay. Those will also show up on your map. All right, they'll be the leaf. All right, type of areas. And then when you see little flags like this, these are points of interest. The animal, right? That's the last animal that I highlighted physically, and it'll tell you off the bottom right behind my picture. It'll tell you what type of animal it was. Okay. Make sure that you're paying attention to all these little details, man. They're just gonna make it a lot easier for you. All right. So once again, just kind of recap. Okay. Getting money by unlocking outposts, lookout points, points of interest, all that good stuff. All right, that's vital. That'll give you XP. That'll give you cash. Okay, especially the missions. The missions tend to pay out pretty well. As you're going to and from all those, make sure that you're harvesting whatever game you can. Right. Make sure you're harvesting whatever game you can, and make sure that you're making vital organ shots. All right. Make sure you're making vital organ shots. That way you don't have to spend all that time tracking an injured animal. Plus, you just don't get as much weapon score for it. All right. Hit the vital organ shots. Build up. The main thing that I would recommend concentrating on at the start is just to build up your cash, your XP, and get better weapons, and then go run a gun and have fun. All right. Because the game gets to be really fun. If you don't believe me, go watch some of my TikTok videos if you haven't already, and watch me yelling at animals and run around and killing like 50 to 150 animals each stream. Right. It takes a little bit of work right off the rip, but I'm telling you, the payoff shows up quick. Right. It shows up quick, and then you can just run around in America and freedom and get it done. Right. Get it done. Right. I got it, sir. All right. So have fun, man. Have fun. If you like to play this game for the trophy aspect of it, make sure you're falling within those 2 shots. Make sure you're making the vital organ hits, and then yeah, getting it easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. Let me know, and I'll make sure and I check those very periodically, right? And we'll get rocking and rolling on it. Okay. All right. So I hope this information was helpful for you. I know it can be frustrating right off the rip, and not exactly knowing some of these things. Drop in the comment section if you have any other problems that you've encountered, and we'll do our best to help out. Okay. Before we leave though, go like, subscribe, and you know, turn the noties on for this channel. I'd appreciate it. Right. I'd be grateful. Also, if you want to go over to Twitch and TikTok and smash those follow buttons, that'd be amazing as well. All right. And just remember, if you're out in public today, y'all smile at a random person and say something nice. You never know what kind of day somebody's having, just how far that one single act of kindness can go. That is where changing the world starts, and that's what we do here. America. YouTube. 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 Oh, yeah. No. That's not once again. That's like the 30th again. Let me re-explain this. Yeah, America. All right. No. Before I'm having trouble again today. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. Oh my god, dude, what am I doing? And all right, here we go again. All right, I'm gonna start over. I'm recording, right? God, why am I saying one more time, dude? And this is it. This is the last one. All right, so I hope demand it, please. Actually, I'm begging. No, I'm not begging. That sounds thirsty. Yo, please go follow it. I quit, Matt. I quit. That's it. Ooh, you got a lot to sort through today, bro.